War for the kingdom of Yah.
Shalom, 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 Shabbat, shalom. Welcome, everyone. Like all wherever you may be, all praise to the Most High. To everyone that is visiting us today, we appreciate you being here. We want to ask everyone to get your pens and your papers and your pads, your notebooks, whatever it takes for you to take your notes, however you take your notes, electronically, or however. We're going to go into some detail about today's lesson. And we've done some similar lessons to this, but we want to go into some very specific details and make sure that this is the kind of lesson that you would have to know in regards to where we're at today. Right? So the position that America is in, the position that the world is in, and what is taking place around the globe is affected by what our dear brother Daniel has seen in times past. So if you understand Daniel's vision, if you understand his vision, then you will understand where we are today, how we got to the place that we're in today, and what you should be expecting in the future. Right. So the title of today's lesson, if you haven't heard, is Daniel's vision. Daniel's vision. Okay. Now, in 736 BC, this is the year we saw the Syrian invasion into the northern kingdom. So in 732 BC, we've seen the Assyrian invasion into the northern kingdom. The northern kingdom is taken into captivity, and the northern kingdom is gone. So we're not going to go over parts of that history because that happened before Daniel's vision. Happened before the vision. So we're going to go into the world powers that were happening during the time of Daniel and after the time of Daniel that leads us up to where we are today. So we can get the first slide. Let's get the first slide.
1 second. What's up?
Let's go to the second slide. Second slide. Can everyone see that slide? Okay. All right. Let's get Daniel, the second chapter, and the 32nd verse. Let's go to it. Daniel. The second chapter.
You just on here.
Are you muted, Deacon?
I can hear you.
All right, we're going to Daniel, the second chapter, the 32nd verse.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 33.
32.
His leg, 32, slide. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 32. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silk, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay, Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet. There were of iron and of clay,
All right, so
and breaking.
let's go back to 31. Daniel 2 and 31.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 31.
1.
Thou, O king, sawest, and behold a great image.
Mm-hmm.
This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee,
Mm-hmm.
and the form thereof was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 32. This image's head was of fine gold,
1.
his breast and his arms of silver,
Mm-hmm.
his belly and his thighs of brass,
1.
his legs of iron, his feet part of iron, and part of clay.
So this is the dream that Nebuchadnezzar had, the king of Babylon, who eventually took the southern kingdom of Israel into captivity. So this is a dream that he had, but he didn't understand the dream. So he wouldn't get Daniel, and Daniel dreamed, had a vision of what the king's dream was, right? So let's get that verse 34 real quick.
Verse 34. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands.
A stone was cut out without hands, read.
Which smote the image upon his feet.
Come on.
That were iron and clay, and brake them to pieces.
The stone that was cut out, it broke in pieces what was iron, what was clay, and broke it, smashed it in pieces, right? So this is America, I'll go ahead and tell you, but I'm gonna go ahead and prove my points later. This is America and the NATO alliances that are partly stone, is partly clay, and broken into pieces. Let's make sure that that stone, or what that stone is. Let's go to Isaiah 28. Go to Isaiah 28. Let's go to the next image too. Isaiah 28. And 16.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 16. Therefore, thus saith Yah, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation,
Mm-hmm.
a stone, a tried stone,
Tri-stone.
a precious cornerstone,
Mm-hmm.
a sure foundation.
A sure foundation. Is that it on that?
He that believe.
Is that all of verse 16?
No.
Okay, read on.
He that believeth shall not make haste.
Mm-hmm. He that believeth should not make haste. Now go to Acts 4 and 11. A sure foundation, a sure stone. Let's see who that stone is. Acts 4 and 11.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 11. This is the stone which was set at naught of you builders.
This is the stone that was set at naught. For nothing. Come on.
Which has become the head of the corner.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Neither is there salvation in any other. For there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
Men must be saved. Other than Yahshua, our Messiah. All right. So now we know what that stone is that is breaking the partly iron and partly clay. Let's go back to Daniel. Let's get Daniel 2 and 35. Daniel 2 and 35.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, and verse 35.
Mm-hmm.
Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver,
Mm-hmm.
and the gold,
Come on.
and the gold, broken to pieces together.
Broken in pieces together. Hold that. Let's get Revelation here. Hold that. Before we finish that out, let's get Revelations 2 and 26. Let's go to Revelations 2 and 26.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 26.
Read.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end,
Mm-hmm.
to him will I give power over the nations.
To give power over the nations. The iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, the gold are all nations. All nations. You've seen that very clearly here. They're representatives of all nations. He that read again, he that what?
Salah. Book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 26.
Come on.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end,
Mm-hmm.
to him will I give power over the nations.
I'll give power over the nations. The iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, the gold is going to be broken into pieces. Verse 27.
Verse 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron,
He's going to rule over these nations with a rod of iron. Read.
as the vessels of a pot shall they be broken to
They're
shivers,
going to be broken into pieces. Read.
even as I received of my Father.
If I received of my Father, I mean, I'm going to receive all of these kingdoms of my Father to myself. Let's go back to Daniel 2 and 35. Daniel 2 and 35. But let's finish out the verse now. We know who the rock is. We know who's doing the smashing. There's a snatch and grab going on here of the kingdom, of the kingdoms of the earth. A smash and grab. Come on.
As she read. This is the book of Daniel. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 55. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken into pieces together,
Come on.
and became like the chaff of the 7 threshing floors,
Mm-hmm.
and the wind carried them away.
Come on.
That no place was found for them.
There was no place found for them. They had no power in the earth any longer. Read.
And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain,
Read.
and filled the whole earth.
This is talking about the kingdom of the Messiah. The destruction of all world powers. The kingdom, the Messiah's kingdom is going to take over the whole entirety of the world. The whole entirety of the world. Let's go to Daniel now. Daniel 7 and 1. Because this is Nebuchadnezzar's dream, right? He having a dream, and he doesn't understand the dream. He doesn't know what it means. But because he's the world leader at the time, the Most High gave him the dream. And Nebuchadnezzar wasn't an Edomite. He wasn't an Israelite, right? He wasn't an Israelite. So the Most High gave him the dream, but he couldn't interpret the dream. Daniel had to go and see what the interpretation was. Daniel 7:1.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 1. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matter.
Told the sums of the matter. Told that, give me Numbers. Give me Numbers 12. Because this is how the Most High deals with the children of Israel. This is how he deals with the children of Israel. Numbers 12 and 5. He doesn't deal with other nations the way that he deals with us. Now, Nebuchadnezzar, you got the dream. You had the dream, but you don't have the interpretation. You don't have the understanding. You don't know what it is because the Most High don't deal with you in that way. Are y'all with me? The Most High doesn't deal with other nations that way. Only the children of Israel. Numbers 12 and 5.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 12, verse 5.
You can take that image down.
And Yah came down in the pillar of the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
stood in the door of the tabernacle,
Mm-hmm.
and called Aaron and Miriam,
Go on.
and they both came forth.
Read.
And he said, hear now my words.
Mm-hmm.
If there be a prophet among
If there's a prophet among you, read.
I, the master, will make myself known unto him in a vision.
I'm going to make it plain to him in a vision. If there's a prophet among you, rest assured, I'm gonna deal with him. I'm gonna deal with him in a vision. Come on.
And will speak unto him in a dream.
And I'll speak to him in a dream. This is I only deal with the children of Israel like this. I don't deal with nobody else like that. I'll make it plain. So Nebuchadnezzar, yes, you're a heathen. You dreamed a dream. You dreamed a dream, but you had no interpretation. Only the prophets of Israel get that interpretation. Daniel 7 and 2.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heaven strove upon the great sea.
The four winds of the heaven that strove upon the great sea is war, brothers and sisters. That what Brother Daniel was saying, the four winds of heaven that strove upon the great sea was war. The four winds of heaven is warfare. The great sea is the multiplicity of people on the earth. Let's get Revelation 7 to prove that point. Let's get that precept. Revelations, the 7th chapter, and the 7 and 7.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 7, verse 7. Of the tribes of Simeon.
I'm sorry, 7 and 1. 7 on. I didn't mean 7, I meant 1. Verse 1. Revelation 7, verse 1.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth.
What was they holding?
Holding the four winds of the earth.
They was holding back war. They were holding back war. Come on.
That the wind should not blow on the earth.
The wind should not blow on the earth. It's ground war. Blowing on the earth is ground war. Come on.
Nor on the sea.
Is naval war, a war by sea. Come on.
Nor on any tree.
Nor on any tree is mankind. Is mankind. Or else mankind would destroy themselves. If you didn't have these angels holding back, because we see the conflict that's going on in the world today, right? On every continent almost, we see skirmishes, fights, wars, conflict, right? So if you didn't have these angels holding back, these winds of war, holding men back, we would utterly destroy ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go back. No, let's get one more. Let's get Revelation 17. 17 and 15. 17 and 15. Watch this. See what those words. See what that C is. Let's see what that C represents.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth.
Now, who's the whore? Who's the whore? Who's Babylon? America is that whore. America is that whore. It says now the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth. She sitteth upon a multiplicity of people. Right? America is a melting pot, multiplicity of people. Where she sits. They are, read on.
Our peoples
Uh-huh.
and multitudes
Uh-huh.
and nations
Come on.
and tongues.
And tongues. America is that multi-plot. So the sea warfare that you see is talking about a multiplicity of people as well. War between all kinds of nations and tongues. Let's go to Daniel again, Daniel 7 and 34. We'll be going back and forth between the second chapter and the seventh chapter primarily. Daniel 7, give me first verse 3.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 3. And four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another.
Diverse one from another. These are the four beasts of the image we showed you at the start of the lesson. The images of the four beasts that were shown. Right? The four great beasts came up from the sea, from the people. Diverse one from another. Very different rulership one from another. Let's get the next image, I believe. The next image, I believe. Okay. Daniel, let's go to, let's read on. Verse 4.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 4. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings.
Had eagle's wings. This is a real image in Babylon. This is a real image that you are viewing here. With the lion's head, face of a man with eagle's wings. With eagle's wings. Babylon came into power in 605. 607, 605, they destroyed Jerusalem. The Babylonian king did. Took Daniel captive. Our dear brother Daniel took him captive. Right? Let's read on verse 4. Verse 4.
Verse 4. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it.
And a man's heart was given to it. Let's go to Daniel 2 and 37. Daniel 2 and 37.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, and verse 37. Thou, O king, art a king of kings. For the power of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven have he given into thine hand, and have made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold.
You Nebuchadnezzar, is the head that you see that's made with gold. That's you. That's you. But we're going to see that all of these kingdoms were systematically set up for the end time. What Nebuchadnezzar seen and what Daniel is explaining, all of these kingdoms were systematically set up because Israel is involved in all of these kingdoms. There's nothing happening without us being there. Don't you know how they say, don't nothing move but the money? Don't nothing move if Israel ain't there. The world don't go round and round unless we in it. Unless we on top of it or under it. We either got to be in charge or we're going to be in slavery. We're going to be involved either way. And all the other nations, they realize that because guess how they came into world domination? Can anybody tell me how all of these nations come into world domination? How?
Slave labor.
By enslaving the children of Israel. We got to go get them to win. We get them, keep them in sin, take them out. Now we in rulership. And if we can just get together somehow and make them forget who they are, we can rule. We can rule. Then you have a group of people step up and say, I'm the real Israel. I'm Jewish. Yeah. They know they can only go so far because they're lying.
Car.
Yeah. I'm Jewish. Something like a Jew. So Nebuchadnezzar in Babylon, in the Babylonian Empire in 607 BCE, he took power. In 605, he took Jerusalem. That's how he got world domination. That's how he got world power. Did we finish out verse 38? Let's read it again, verse 38. Daniel 2 and 38.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 38. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven have he given into thine hand, and have made thee ruler over them all.
Come on.
Thou art this head of gold.
Nebuchadnezzar, you are the head of gold, meaning you are the beginning of the end. It's you. It starts with you. Starts with you. All right. Come out of that the image. Let's go to Ezekiel, the 17th chapter. Why are you looking at me? Because you talking, Bishop. Yeah, but you was looking like you wanted to jump me or something. But Ezekiel 17 and 3. Ezekiel 17 and 3.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 17, verse 3. And say thus, Salaki, and say, thus saith Yah, a great eagle with great wings, long winged, Salaki, long winged, full of feathers,
Full of feathers, read.
which had divers colors, came unto Lebanon.
Came into Lebanon. What did it do? Come on.
And took the highest branch of the cedar.
It took the highest branch of the cedar. When Nebuchadnezzar came into Jerusalem and took our king, the Bible says it took the highest among men. Took the highest branch among men. That's what he's saying. And took them captive. And took us captive. That's what he's saying. Jump down to verse 12.
Verse 12. Say now to the rebellious house.
If we was rebellious, that's what Most High said. I created you to be on top. But since you're rebellious people, I will get a heathen to come and drag you into slavery. You the highest amongst men. You're the highest amongst men. But I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna go get an abased man to make you even lower than him. Verse 12.
Verse 12. Say now to the rebellious house, know ye not what these things mean?
Come on.
Tell them, behold, the king of Babylon has come to Jerusalem.
The king of Babylon has come to Jerusalem. Come on.
And have taken the king thereof, and the princes thereof.
Come on.
And led them with him to Babylon.
And led them to Babylon. Took them into slavery and captivity. Every kingdom we have been end has been prophesied and foretold by the prophets. Surely the Almighty will not reveal nothing but to his prophets and his servants. He revealed it. I'm gonna take them into slavery and captivity for their rebellious nature, rebellious behavior. Let's go back to Daniel 7 and 5. Daniel 7 and 5.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
And behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear.
A second like unto a bear. One.
And it raised up itself on one side. And it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh.
Now you can go to the first image again. Go to the first image. So we can see the image of the bear. Can you zoom in?
Can't zoom in.
You can't zoom in?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I don't know if you all can see that where it says Medo Persia. 539 BCE. Medo Persia conquers. It conquers Babylon. Conquers Babylon. Okay? In 539 BCE. In 537 BCE, the king of Persia, Cyrus, decrees the southern kingdom of Israel, which is the kingdom of Judah, to return back to Jerusalem. So this is the Medo-Persian Empire, and let's get Daniel 7:5 again. Let's get it again. You see the bear? The bear got how many ribs in his mouth? How many? How many ribs?
3.
3 ribs. 3 ribs, right? All right. It's not a McRib sandwich. It's not a McRib. It's not a McRib sandwich. It's representing something else. All right. Medo Persia. Let's go back to Daniel 7:5. Let's explain it now. Daniel 7:5.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter.
You went out, Mike? Deke, you went out? You still online?
Let me see.
Can you hear me?
No,
No, you went out for me. Now you're back on. Come. So Daniel 7 and 5.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 5. And behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear. And it raised up itself on one side.
It raised itself up on one side. Now, the reason it was raising itself up on one side is because it's the Medo-Persian Empire. The Medes in Persia was at war. The Medes in Persia was at war, vying for power to see who was going to take power. Persia won, and they collaborated. The Medes said, you know what? We give up. You know how you have your little brother in the headlock? And he said, I give up. Medes was like, we give. And then they merged empires. So that's why it's called the Medo-Persian Empire, right? And when they merged empires, the bear went, it's 4 legs, right? It went on 2 legs because those 2 legs were stronger. You understand what I'm saying? That's what he's saying. Those 2 legs were stronger, so it went on one side, the Persian side. Y'all get it?
Come on.
All right. Now, read on.
And it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it,
Mm-hmm.
between the 2 brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh.
And devour much flesh. Now, what are these 3 ribs? Let's go to Isaiah 45. Isaiah 45. All these various kingdoms is taking place. They're leading down to something. You understand what I'm saying? The Mosaic is not doing this. I think I'll do this. No, he's playing not chess. He's playing chess. All the actors are on the chessboard. This is happening for a reason. Isaiah 45:14.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, and verse 14.
Here's those 3 ribs. Come on.
Thus saith Yah, the labor of Egypt,
That's 1 rib. Egypt. Come on.
and merchandise of Ethiopia,
2nd rib. Come on.
and of the Sabians,
3rd rib. Come on.
men of stature,
There are men of stark stature because the Egyptians, the Sabaeans, and the Ethiopians were very tall people. Very tall people. Come on.
shall come over unto thee,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall be thine.
And they shall be thine, Medo Persia. He's talking about Cyrus because he's talking about King Cyrus at the beginning of this chapter, which I didn't want to get to first. I'm going backwards, but I had to let you know he's talking about Cyrus, who was the king of Persia. He subdued and ruled over Egypt, the Sabaeans, and Ethiopia. Read on.
Slack. Yep. And they shall be thine.
Come out of that image.
They shall come after thee.
Uh-huh.
In chains they shall come over, and they shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee,
Mm-hmm.
saying, surely the power
Dickie went out, but I'll finish it up, saying, surely power is in thee, and there is none else. There is no power. There was no power. There was no power. Go to the next image, please. Go to the next image. And then, Dick, you give me Daniel, the 8th chapter of Daniel. You know what? I don't want that yet. I don't want that yet. Yes, I do. I do want that. Daniel 8:3. Daniel 8:3. So not that it was not that it was the.
It's delayed.
Boom, there it is. This is the Medo-Persian Empire, 539 BCE. It conquers Babylon, 537 BCE. Cyrus decrees the return of the Jews to Jerusalem, southern kingdom. But we're going to get that in a minute, but we can leave that image up right there. This is primarily what the image looked like on the walls of Baghdad. These on the walls of Baghdad. These are real images on the walls of Baghdad of what these Persians look like. What they look like. There's black and brown skinned people. Let's go to Daniel 8:3.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 3. Then I lifted up mine eyes and saw, and behold,
there stood before the river a ram which had 2 horns, and the 2 horns were high. Both of these horns were high, meaning they both had power. They both had power. Right?
but one was higher than the other.
But one was higher than the other. So one was the Mede kingdom, other one was the Persian kingdom. Come on.
And the higher came up last.
And the higher came up last, means Persia. Persia won, right? So we don't hear much about the Medo kingdom. We hear lots about the Persia kingdom, right? Because they merged into became one kingdom, the kingdom of Persia, right? Verse 3.
Verse 3.
Verse 4. Verse 4. I'm sorry. Verse 4.
Verse 4. I saw the ram pushing westward and northward.
Come on.
And southward, so that no beast might stand before him.
Come on.
Neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand. But he did according to his will and became great.
Persia became great. Did whatever he wanted. He ran roughshod over everybody. And this is why. We're going to go to, let's go to Isaiah. Let's go back to Isaiah 45. Start at verse 1. This is why.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 1.
Come on.
Thus saith Yah to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand have I holden.
Stop. Now, is Cyrus the Israelite? Is Cyrus the Israelite? No. But what did the scripture just call him?
Anointed.
He's anointed. Because he had the reason he was born. Now, Isaiah, his historians, the scholars know that when Isaiah said this name, it was 150 years before Cyrus was born. He wasn't even born yet. So when the prophet Isaiah said, "Thus saith the Almighty to his anointed Cyrus would be born for another 150 years. Surely the Most High only reveals to his sons and his servants, the prophets. You know. Let's read on. Whose right hand what? Let's read on.
To subdue nations before him. And I will loose the loins of kings, to open before him the 2 lead gates. And the gates shall not be shut. I will go before them and make the crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of brass and cut in sunder the bars of iron. I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, Yah, which called thee by thy name, am the power of Israel. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect.
Israel, my elect. Come on.
I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me.
Though thou hast not known me. You don't even know that this is the Most High. This is 150 years before the man was born. He said, I surnamed thee. And he said, the Most High said 150 years from now, the children of Israel are going to need a way of escape. And I'm going to have a man born to the earth, make him king so he can release them out of captivity. If stuff like that blows my mind. If it don't blow your mind, I'm sorry. You need do a little bit more. But stuff like that it blows my mind. That he knows the end from the beginning. He said, I'm going to have a man born 150 years from now that's going to be sympathetic to the children of Israel who are right in power to set them free. Drop down to verse 12.
Which is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, and verse 12. I have made the earth and created man upon it. I, even my hands have stretched out the heavens, and all their
host have commanded. Verse 13. I have raised him up in righteousness, and I will direct all his ways. He shall build my city, and he shall let go my captives. Not for profit, nor reward, saith the Almighty of hosts. He raised up a heathen and set you free. So that's why when people say, well, they had abolitionists and all white folk didn't do. Yeah, the Most High put that in their mind to do it. He raised them up to help. That don't mean they get a free pass. They still got judgment coming. The Most High just gave you some reprieve, some relief by saying, hey, listen. I guess I don't know why I'm helping this black person. I'm helping. Yeah. And I always tell you, we had the man right down the road from me. He was racist. I don't know what. He don't know why he was doing. He don't know why he was doing it. I knew why. He was like, I'm gonna come till all this whole land out for you. I said, okay. He came and did it too. Me and my son was sitting there drinking lemonade or something. I was like, and I kept bumping him. I was like, this guy's gonna be the king. And I was drinking lemonade. He was out there sweating bullets till out my whole little land, my whole little fly. Most High will put it in their mind. He put it in your enemy's mind. To put a whole spread out for you. That's right. Y'all ain't never had the enemy bless you. Yeah. And I ain't just talking about Esau either. I'm talking about a Israelite enemy. I don't know why they're doing it. They don't even like it. Just giving you stuff. Moving out your way. Making a way for them. They don't know why they're doing it. Why am I doing this? They don't know why they're doing it. Most High put it on their spirit, dude. You just grin and nod and say thank you. What? Oh, praise. They talk and junk about me all month, and you giving me this. Bless you. Pray for your enemies. That's what Yahzeqel was talking about. Pray for your enemies and those that spitefully misuse you. Pray for them. They need your prayer too. Already know. All right. Daniel 7:6.
This is the book. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 6.
Take that image out. Verse 6, out to you.
Okay. After this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it.
Let's go to the image, the first image. Let's go to number 3. Image 2. Oh, you said you can't zoom in.
No.
All right. Let's just go to that first image.
It's up.
Okay, can everyone see that the image on the screen? Okay. That third image is Greece. This is a leopard with 4 wings on his back. Came into power in 331 BCE. Alexander the Great. They call him great. I call him Alexander the Great because he wasn't great to me. He conquers Persia. He conquers all of the dark race. He don't just conquer Persia. He conquers all the dark race. He goes ballistic. That little boy had problems. And I called him a little boy because he was like 20 years old. he He was like, he had so much war strategy in his mind. You know that didn't come from nobody but the Most High. Because he took over the whole known world in 12 years. He took over every kingdom there was. In 12 years, total world domination. 12 years. He had no wife either because he not admitted. There's Daniel 6 and 7 again.
Well, the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
After this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl.
Mm-hmm.
And the beast had also 4 heads. And dominion was given to it.
And dominion was given to it. Now, who are the 4 heads of the beast? You can come out of that image. Who are the 4 heads of the beast? The 4 heads of the beast were as follows. You had Cassander. He ruled from 358 to 297 BC. Cassander. His rulership consisted of Macedonia and most of Greece. Macedonia and most of Greece. And parts of Thrace. You had the kingdom of Lysimachus. That's L-Y. I always say Lysimachus, you might be saying it wrong. Lysimachus. He ruled from 361 to 281 BCE. 361 to 281 BCE. His kingdom included Iona, that's Ionia, Phrygia, Phrygia, parts of present Turkey, present day Turkey, parts of present day Turkey. Let's see. Then you have the kingdom of Seleucus. That's Seleucus. The kingdom of Seleucus. His empire was between 281 BCE. He died 281 BCE. Later it was called Seleucus Empire. It compromised of present-day Iran, Iraq, Syria, and parts of Central Asia. You also had the kingdom of Ptolemy. That's Ptolemy. Ptolemy the first. Say again. Did someone say something? The kingdom of Ptolemy the first. He died 283 BCE. It included the kingdom of Egypt and neighboring regions. So this is when the white man actually ruled in Egypt. He actually ruled in Egypt. So on some of their, what do we call those? Hieroglyphs, you'll see white folks on the walls, right? This is during that period, during that time. So these are the 4: Cassander, Lysimachus, Seleucus, and Ptolemy. Those are the 4 wings on the back of the leopard. Because these were his 4 generals. And when he died, they all put crowns upon themselves. We'll get it. We'll read it. We'll read that. Let's go to Daniel 11 real quick.
Daniel what?
Daniel, the chapter 11, verse 3 and 4.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 3. And a mighty king shall stand up that shall rule with great dominion and do according to his will.
Mm-hmm.
And when he shall stand up, his kingdom shall be broken and shall be divided toward the four winds of heaven,
Mm-hmm.
and not to his posterity.
Not to his posterity, meaning not to his children, because he didn't have it. The man didn't have the man just staying, he didn't like women.
Mm-hmm.
He hated women. He just wanted to be with men. Men. That's all he wanted. It's raining men. That homosexual could fight.
That's why he kept them at war, to keep all the men together.
Keep all the men together. Ain't nothing like getting beat up by a homosexual. That could be horrible, boy. You a man's man and a homosexual whoop you? I'm a manly man. You get beat up by a homosexual. Goodness.
You know.
Let's go to Daniel 8 and 7 now.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 8, 7.
I heard, Apostle, what'd you say about these scriptures, Apostle? I heard you say something. This was going to these scriptures today. I heard you say something. That's Daniel 9 and 7. Daniel 8 and 7.
Yeah, we'll tell you about it after class.
Yeah.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 7. And I saw him come close into the ram, and he was moved with choler against him, and smote the ram.
And it killed him. I'm going to tell you what that collar was in a minute. Go ahead.
And break his two horns.
And it broke the two horns. Who was the two horns again? Say it out loud.
Medo and Persia.
Medo and Persia. He broke the two horns. Right? He smoked the ram and he broke the two horns. Come on.
And there was no power in the ram to stand before him.
Persia couldn't stand. You think Persia was something? Where do you get a load of me? That's what Alexander said. You think Persia was something? Come on.
But he cast him down to the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and stamped upon him.
Mm-hmm.
And there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand.
And nobody could save Persia. So you go back up to the beginning of 7, he said, and I saw him come close into the ram, and he was moved with choler against him. What is choler? What is that?
He had AIDS.
I heard somebody say it.
He had AIDS.
Yeah, you did.
I don't think that was it.
No, it didn't. He did have a disease. He died of a disease. Alexander did. But when we talking about what did he have against Persia? Like he had hatred, a disdain because he hated black folks. And at the time, the Persians and Medes were a black-skinned nation. Right? So he had disdain for them. He had hate for them. Right? He even wanted to go down into India because anybody that had brown skin that was ruling anything, he wanted it. He wanted it. They don't deserve to rule. He had a disdain and a hatred for any kind of black folks he seen. Right. Nowadays. Let's get verse 8. Now I know why he said that because I said I was gonna go back to it and I said he didn't die. I know why he said that. Verse 8.
Verse 8. Therefore the he-goat waxed very great.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was strong, the great horn was broken,
Come on.
and for it came up 4 notable ones toward the 4 winds of heaven.
So when he was strong, the great horn, the great power was broken. When he was strong, in the midst of his strength, the Most High struck him. So this is when he had quote unquote AIDS. This is when he got sick. Because he was playing with all of them boys and the men's. He got
He had that package.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got the package. And he fell sick and he died. And then the 4 notable ones, which was the generals we went over, those 4 notable ones took power over his kingdom. All right. Let's go to First Maccabees. First Maccabees 1. Chapter 1, verse 1.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, and verse 1.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of reading today, I know.
That he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. Can you?
No, you broke up real bad.
Okay,
It happened
I'm reading
after
it.
Alexander, son of Philip. That's what I want you to start at.
Okay, this is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Kittim and smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece,
Come on.
and made many wars, and won many strongholds, and slew the kings of the earth,
He killed everybody. Verse 3.
and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations,
Mm-hmm.
insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up,
Read.
and he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who became tributaries unto him.
Uh-huh.
And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Wherefore he called his servants, such as was honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth,
Mm-hmm.
and parted his kingdom among them
Mm-hmm.
while he was yet alive.
While he was yet alive. Come on.
So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died.
He reigned 12 years. That's all we could take him. It's 12 years. The earth couldn't handle him. And get spit him out. Come on.
And his servants bare rule every one in his place.
Verse 9.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them. Many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
And evil, because when he took over, and the men that was with him, when they took over, and their sons took over, evil multiplied upon the earth, because did nobody know evil like he knew evil. But why? Because they were the border of wickedness. They was doing all kinds of stuff like, oh, we don't do that. But they brought it to their lands. They was like, we don't get down like that, bro. We don't do that. But they brought it to them lands, and the earth known evil and wickedness because these men ruled the known world. That's why the Bible calls them the border of wickedness. If they spread forth throughout the earth, and wherever they went, wickedness was with them. They brought it with them. Just like we see today. You come over here, America is beautiful. Did y'all know America was beautiful? America is beautiful now. Have you ever seen the countryside of America? It's beautiful. It's green and luscious and luscious. It's beautiful. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah. But imagine what it was before they got here.
Mm.
It's destroyed now. We looking at beautifully destroyed land. Yeah. But imagine what it was before they got here. The natives of America was just frolicking and landing on trees and bushes and laying on stuff and picking stuff. It's like paradise over here. And then here come the conquistadors with war on their heart and war on their mind. And they got here, the air's polluted, the water's polluted, you can't grow nothing out the ground. Chemtrails everywhere. You ain't never smoked in your life, you got cancer. How did that? You understand? Everywhere they go, they tear up something. All right, 9:07. We're almost done. And for those of you that don't know, I get 3 more times to say it. 9:07.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
After this, I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast.
Give me that image, the 4th beast image. I want the Greek image.
Okay.
The Greek image where Alexander was putting forth much more. It's like faded a little bit. It's an image that I. Boom, there it is. There it is. This is a true to life tapestry. That's why you see some missing parts on it. It's very, very old. It's Alexander going to war with some Greek, with his Greek conquest. All right, let's get Daniel 7:7 once again.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
After this, I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth.
Come on.
It devoured and brake in pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and stamped the residue with the feet of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before.
It was very different than all the other images we've seen before. Come on.
And it had 10 horns.
And it had 10 horns, right? Let's go to the image. Go to the first image again. The first image. This is the image of Rome. And this is a obscured image because the image is, you can't really describe it the best way Daniel was trying to describe it. The fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped in residue with the feet of it. It was diverse from all other beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. This is important. This is important. We done whittled all the way down to beast number 4. It had 10 horns. So guess what? The winds of this beast is still blowing today. The winds of this beast, the beast of Rome, is still blowing today. Come out of that, give me the next image. Come out of that image, give me the next image. There we go. Back. There we go. Rome, 63 BCE, rules over Israel. 70 CE, destroys Jerusalem. I don't know what's wrong with our forefathers. I really don't. I don't know what's wrong with our forefathers. Our forefathers, in order to get away from the Greeks, Alexander the Greek, we thought they were something different. These are the same people, just a different name. We said, well, we'll just get with the Romans to get the Greeks on. And the Romans was worse. They was worse. Let's go to Maccabees, First Maccabees, the 8th chapter, verse 1. We got to find out what them 10 horns is too. I ain't forgot about it. First Maccabees 8 and 1.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 8, verse 1. Now Judas had heard of the fame of the Romans.
Mm-hmm.
They were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovingly accept all that join themselves into them.
They would lovingly accept everybody that joins into them. Do you see this? We so tired of fighting the Greeks. They were like, let's just get with the Romans. If these dudes off our now, we've been fighting them, seem like forever. Hundreds of years we fight these dudes. Let's get with the Romans and see what's up with them. Right? Come on.
And make a league of amity.
And make a league of amity. Come on.
With all that came unto them.
It was all that came into it. This is called democracy, brothers and sisters. Rome started democracy. Rome started democracy. Let's drop down to verse 18. Watch this.
Verse 18.
This is much like the democratic structure today. Come on in here, blacks. We got your back. And don't. Come on, make a league with us, black folks. We got your back. And never help us. Still be in the same situation. Verse 18, it says what?
And to entreat them that they would take the yoke from them.
Mm-hmm.
For they saw that the kingdom of the Grecians did oppress Israel with servitude.
The kingdom of Grecians oppressed us with servitude. Come on.
They went therefore to Rome, which was a great journey, and came into the Senate.
Came into where?
And came into the Senate.
Just like America has a Senate. Come on.
Where they spake and said,
Uh-huh.
Judas Maccabeus, with his brethren,
Mm-hmm.
and the people of the Jews,
Come on.
have sent us unto you to make a confederacy and peace with you,
Mm-hmm.
that we might be registered your confederates and friends.
So we're going to be registered as confederates and friends with the Romans to get the Grecians off our necks. Come on.
So that matter please the Romans well.
I'm sure it did. He said, yeah, we take your tax money. Yeah. We'll take your tributaries and your tax money. Come on.
And this is the copy of the epistle, which the Senate wrote back again in tables of brass and sent to Jerusalem, that there they might have by them a memorial of peace and confederacy.
Now, wasn't that a lie?
A great
What did they do right there? They said, they wrote back and said, we're going to have peace and confederacy with one another. Y'all going to be our friends. And they came in and burned our temple the hell down. Yeah. That devil always spoke with a forked tongue, did he not? You our friend. Come on. We'll cover you, keep you protected. We're gonna be in league with you. We're gonna be Because anytime we do anything on our own, you know they're upset.
Yep.
What's his name? Mufasa? What's his name?
Trevor.
No, King. What's his name?
This Mbe son Mufasa.
Mufasa. King. His country is now debt free now. You know, old nobody. He told America, come get whatever you got over here. France, whatever you got over here, take it. We our own self-governing people. We don't need nothing, aid, nothing. And just what Trump did a couple of weeks ago, he starts talking about him, want to mess with this man for no reason. For no reason. The folks ain't bothered. Folks just all they said was, we don't want to be bothered with you. Oh, they don't like that. He probably turned around in the Oval Office and said, these niggas got the nerve to be trying to be free. How dare you think you gonna get used to freedom? That ain't what good Negroes do. I'm stop. Come on there. Come on there. Out the difference. All right, now let's go to Daniel 2:41. Daniel 2:41.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, and verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron.
The strength of the iron, which was the Romans, right? It's going to be in the clay. It's going to be the strength of the Roman, meaning that empire is not going to go away completely. There's going to be a system, whereas the Roman system is still going to be in place. So you have the kingdom of iron and partly clay. Read on.
For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
The iron mixed with the miry clay. So we read before, in Daniel 7:7, we read, and it had 10 horns. And it had 10 horns. This fourth beast that was dreadful had 10 horns, right? Now we're reading in Daniel 2:41. We're reading in 2:41 that thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. So these 10 toes and these 10 horns are 10 powers or 10 kingdoms or 10 countries, just like these 10 toes are. But we have to find out who are they. Give me the next image, the last image on there. The last image on there. Somebody said it, I heard it. European Union. America has now become the #1 world power because of the United Nations. They gave them that power. So let's see who they are. That's Belgium, France, Germany, Luxembourg, Italy, Greece, the Netherlands, Denmark, the UK, Ireland. And these are the 10 horns that are being spoken about here in Daniel chapter 7 and that are being alluded to in Daniel chapter 2. Belgium, France, Germany, Luxembourg, Italy, Greece, Netherlands, Denmark, UK, Ireland. Did you get that, Sister Nicole? Revelation 17:11. Revelations 17:11.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 17, verse 11.
Watch this.
And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th
even the beast that was and is not, the beast being Rome, the beast being Rome, it was and is not, the Rome seemingly gone. She is the eighth and is of the seventh and going into perdition. What is perdition? What is perdition?
I don't know.
Hell, destruction, damnation. That beast is going into damnation. So who is the beast that's going into damnation? Who is the eighth beast that come out of the second? Out of the second. Who is, a matter of fact, who is the second?
United States.
The United States is the what?
It's the eighth. It's the United Nations.
The United Nations? England.
Oh, okay.
England is the seventh. The eighth beast come out of the seventh beast, which is
United States.
United States. Which is United States, right? And the United States going into where? Going into where?
Fire.
Hell.
Perdition, which is what?
Hell.
There you go. There you go, man. Now y'all cooking with grease. I knew y'all was some very bright, intelligent people in here, around in here. Verse 12.
Verse 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings,
Come on.
which have received no kingdom as yet.
Because the United Nations wasn't formed yet. Wasn't formed yet in John's time. Wasn't formed yet. Come on.
But receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
So to see power with the kings 1 hour with the beast. Now only the Most High knows what that time frame is. Doesn't say, you know what I'm saying, what that hour is. All right, let's go to Daniel 7 and 8. So, but we're in that now. We're in that hour right now. We're in that hour, whatever the time frame is. Daniel 7 and 8.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 8. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn.
Another little horn came up.
Before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots.
Who was the 3 of the first horns that was plucked up by the roots? Who was the 3 horns? 3 horns are the 3 nations that the little horn plucked up. Come on, teachers. Come on.
The 3 ribs.
Those not the 3 ribs. Not the 3 ribs, but the 3 horns that was plucked up by the little horn, America. What is it?
Immediate Persia,
France, Spain, and Britain. That's right. Great Britain. Those are the 3 little horns that was. Those are the 3 horns that was plucked up and uprooted and thrown out of this country, right? Yep. We have the Revolutionary War, was the war with Great Britain, the French and Indian War, which was with France, and the Spanish. Say it again. The Spanish American War, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the 3. Those are the 3 that was plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn, behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man. Talking about America. In this horn was the eyes like the eyes of a man. Meaning what? America will be what? America will see everything. We'll have satellites in the sky, and we'll have, more importantly, have army bases all over the world. And a mouth speaking great things. And a mouth speaking great. What is those great things that it will be speaking?
Peace all over.
American dream.
Democracy.
There we go. That's number 1 right there. It will be pushing the agenda of democracy everywhere. There will be places like Africa saying, hey, you know what? You got to let homosexuality become law here. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Or if you don't, we're going to take our money. We're going to take our finances. We're going to make things hard for you. Matter of fact, we're going to intervene in your government. As a matter of fact, we're going to set up a puppet government. And they're going to do what we want them to do. Yeah. Spain, Britain, France. Spain, Britain, France is those three horns that were taken out. Let's go back to Isaiah. I get to say it a couple more times, Anna. We're almost done. Let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah. We're gonna read it real quick. I'm trying not to break into it, but I might have to explain some stuff. Isaiah 14-12. Isaiah 14-12.
It's weakened the nations.
Mm-hmm.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
You went out and you came in at the end of that verse. So go back to verse 12.
Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
Son of the morning. Come on.
How art thou cut down to the ground?
Come on.
Which didst weaken the nations.
Which did weaken the nation. Now, most people call Lucifer Pashaitan is not true. This is Lucifer here is not talking about one entity with horns on his head, the long red tail. It's got a pitchfork sticking people in the fire. That's not Lucifer. Lucifer here is being called a nation of people. Is being called Lucifer. This is how you know. Read on. This is how you know.
For thou hast said in thine heart,
Mm-hmm.
I will ascend into heaven.
Come on.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yah.
Come on.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation.
Come on. To the sides of the north. In verse 14. I will send above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. But let's drop down to verse 21. This is how you know that this is not talking about a demon entity, Satan. This is talking about a man. This is talking about a man.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 14-21.
Come on.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
Do Satan have children?
No.
Do Lucifer have children?
No.
No. Read it again.
Prepare slaughter for his children.
Prepare slaughter for Lucifer's children. Lucifer's children. Come on.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
That
They do not rise nor possess the land.
They will not rise nor possess the land. The iniquities of their fathers. Prepare slaughter for the children of Lucifer, because Lucifer's their children is going to be killed out upon the planet Earth. They shook the nations with their war, with their democracy, and everything else they put forth in the land. Their wickedness they put forth in the land. Ezekiel 35-13. I'm almost done for real this time. Ezekiel 35-13.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Thus, with your mouth, ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard them.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith Yah, when the earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate.
Come on.
As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir.
Oh, Mount Seir, come on.
And all Idumea.
And all of Idumea. All of Idumea. Idumea is Esau's Roman name. Read.
Even all of it. And they shall know that I am Yah.
That I am Yah. Last scripture, Daniel 7-9. 7-9. So that's what we was talking about. Lucifer is Esau, Idumea, who we was talking about. He said the earth gonna rejoice when I kill you off. The whole earth gonna rejoice. Just think about that. Think about the earth gonna breathe a sigh of relief when you gone. Think about it. The earth gonna say, "Oh, I'm glad they got here." That's rough right there. Verse 7 and verse 9. Daniel 7 and verse 9. That's scripture.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 9.
I'm gonna skip that. Let's get Daniel 2 and 44.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed.
This kingdom is never going to be destroyed. In the days of these kings, this power is never going to be destroyed. Come on.
And the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
The kingdom what?
And the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
So no, thank you. No other nations need not apply. No. It's not going to be left to other people. Come on.
But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms.
Consume all these kingdoms. Read.
And it shall stand.
It's going to stand forever. Ever. Verse 45.
Verse 45. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the great power have made known to the king what should come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure.
It's sure. Meaning this is going to happen. Come out of that imagery. Let's get the last scripture for real this time. Daniel 7 and 13. Daniel 7 and verses 13 and 14.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 13 and 14. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him.
Come on.
And there was given him dominion and glory.
Read.
And a kingdom.
Come on.
That all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion.
An everlasting dominion. Read.
Which shall not pass away.
Come on.
And his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
Which shall not be destroyed. All praises to the Most High. We're going to leave it right there. We hope you have a greater understanding of the visions of Daniel and what he's seen in regards to the future, not only of these various kingdoms in the past, but also the kingdom of Messiah, Yahzeqel. All praises to the Most High. We'll see you next time.
War for the kingdom of Yah.